In this video, I will show you the most interesting and technologically advanced solutions that are capable of flying. These are miniature drones. Yes, I have a variety of such micro drones, and all of them are very fascinating. Specifically, by flying these mini drones, I learned to fly FPV. This is the simplest and most captivating way to start flying like a bird. But most importantly, it's safe. You can learn without even stepping outside, right in your own apartment. When you fly a small drone, the external space seems to expand somehow. You enter the world of small flying creatures. The drone becomes like a fly, and you enjoy flights even indoors. The smaller the drone, the easier it is to maneuver and fly through narrow openings. You can even fly within a single room. If outdoor flights are prohibited, you won't face that restriction with such a drone. And the coolest thing is that these small drones are practically indestructible. You would have to make a considerable effort to break the drone. Due to their lightweight, they don't harm themselves when they fall, nor do they cause harm to the surroundings. I learned to fly FPV about 3 years ago during the quarantine in Bali, and I started my journey with an affordable yet fairly high quality set, the Cetus Pro. Back then, it looked a bit different and had a different name, but FPV technologies have been developing rapidly, and over these years, drones have become much better. It was the perfect choice because for a small amount of money, I got a kit that fully covered all my learning needs. At that time, I didn't know if I wanted to pursue this hobby, and I didn't want to invest a lot of money at the beginning of my journey. This set turned out to be one of the best purchases in my life. I remember the excitement when I first took off. It was pure joy. And now, this technology expands my possibilities. I'm discovering what nature didn't grant humans, the ability to fly. Initially, I began practicing on the computer and logged about 10 hours on the simulator, using the remote control that comes with the Cetus Pro Kit. 10 hours is the minimum flight time needed to progress to the next level of this captivating game. Afterward, I started flying around the house and attempted to fly through various obstacles, with my legs often being the main obstacle. Learning to fly FPV was incredibly interesting and captivating. I kept crashing, but every time I took off and became stronger. The entire process is like playing the most interesting game, where your abilities constantly grow. With each passing day, I flew better and better, and after a couple of days, I could easily navigate through narrow obstacles. This gave me intense emotions and excitement. Interestingly enough, I'm currently living in Bali again, and I'm recording this video in the most magical place in the world, Ubud. This is my favorite area in Bali. We rented a charming house from a local family and lived with a stunning view of the rice terraces and Mount Agung. Bali is a paradise for FPV pilots, and I'm thrilled that my FPV journey started right here. If you're thinking about starting FPV flying, I highly recommend the Cetus Pro Kit. With this kit, your training will be the most engaging and interesting. The link to this kit will be in the description. Also, if you have a larger budget, I recommend the Cetus X Kit. In this kit, the drone is slightly larger. It comes with more advanced goggles and a better remote controller. The link to Cetus X will also be in the description. One of the most interesting drones I have is the Pavo Pico. This is the smallest FPV drone equipped with the DJI GO3 system. I've nicknamed this little one the Micro Avatar. It truly resembles the DJI Avatar, only about 10 times smaller. And this micro drone is capable of capturing incredible 4K quality footage. It uses the same camera as the DJI Avatar. When you have such a tiny 4K flying camera in your hands, you immediately start thinking about the creative possibilities. If you have any ideas, feel free to share them in the comments. I've had a few thoughts about it. I believe that many flight restrictions doesn't apply to a drone like this. This little bug, together with its battery, weighs around 100 grams, making it completely safe for people. It's quiet and nearly invisible in the air. This means it can be used to capture footage in places where drones aren't very welcome. For example, you could fly it around a skyscraper, at a beach club, or perhaps film events at a tech expo. Let's see how much attention it draws. I'll try flying it in a cafe with many people, even though flying isn't allowed here. Everything's fine, hardly anyone noticed. The drone didn't disturb anyone, making it an excellent filming tool. Of course, it's essential to check the laws before such flights. This drone is incredibly intriguing. The link to it will be in the description. What I love the most about micro drones is that they don't startle people, and people generally don't pay much attention to them. That's great for us, only advantages. You can fly peacefully and enjoy the thrill of flying. The tiniest drone among my collection is the Meteor 65 Pro. Despite its incredibly small size, it flies remarkably well. The mini drone is a delight to hold in your hands. It evokes the most pleasant emotions, and of course the strongest desire is to take it for a flight. Learning on a drone like this is also quite intriguing. To practice tricks on a regular FPV drone, you'd need to go outside, find a suitable location, but here you can just launch the drone at any moment and fly it right in your room. You can even do it like I do, flying without getting out of bed. I also have a Meteor 75, a slightly larger drone that's easier to maintain altitude with. The Black Meteor runs on Walksnail digital system. Compared to DJI system, the Walksnail system is significantly lighter, and you can install it on these tiny quads and still get incredible quality through your goggles. It's interesting that even for these miniature drones, races are organized, and it looks just as impressive. Special tracks are set up indoors, obstacles are placed for flight challenges. Everything is miniaturized due to the small size of the drone. We once had races with my FPV friend back in Ukraine. You can create tracks with whatever you have at home. Maybe in the future I'll set up a track somewhere and we can fly together. That would be awesome.
Oi.
When you're flying FPV, it feels like you're entering a completely new world, exploring a new universe on a miniature space vessel. For me, it's like a challenge, a kind of personal dare. You see a small gap and something ignites your mind. Can I fly through there? The flight, the rush of adrenaline, and when everything works out, a sense of victorious joy takes over. Next, I want to show you two micro-sized Cinewhoops, and these are the smallest Cinewhoops available. In this category, there are two standout drones, the Cinewhoops and the Flywoo Cinerace20. Both of these drones run on the DJI GO3 system, and among them, I personally prefer the Flywoo Cinerace20. It flies like a full-fledged Cinewhoop. It even has GPS and bright LED lights. An outstanding drone. And the coolest part is that such a small drone allows you to capture 4K video on a built-in DJI GO3 camera. If you have the budget for a more advanced kit, which can be quite expensive, I would recommend this drone as a first choice for training and flying near obstacles. Look at its protective frame. It's virtually indestructible, and this protective design allows the drone to fly longer. The link to the Flywoo Cinerace20 will be in the description. For tiny drones, we need a tiny camera, and the Insta360 GO3 fits perfectly here. It's the smallest action camera, weighing 35 grams, which is ideal weight for small FPV drones. The GO3 can shoot in a square format, allowing you to get two formats in one flight, horizontal for YouTube and vertical for Instagram and TikTok. The GO3 features a gyroscope, which provides an incredible stabilization for FPV flights. I also like the lens changing system. You can easily swap filters, providing additional protection for the camera. Additionally, it's great that camera is waterproof. If the drone happens to fall into water, the camera remains intact. Using the action pod makes it incredibly easy to remotely control settings and quickly prepare the camera for the flight. Even if the drone already has the DJI GO3 system, it's still worthwhile to use the GO3 for vertical shooting, since the DJI GO3 doesn't support vertical recording. The link to the GO3 will also be in the description. And of course, I can't overlook the tiniest long-range drone, my favorite, the Flywoo Explorer. Despite being super miniature, with the right batteries, it can fly up to 30 minutes. It features GPS and the latest DJI O3 communication system. With this mini long-range drone, I flew to the top of Mount Agung, facing strong winds that it handled admirably. I also took it for dives in numerous waterfalls in Iceland. What I love the most about this drone is how quietly it flies. It's the perfect travel companion. Also, it's quite light, making it safer for flights near people. The link to the Flywoo Explorer will be in the description. I provide all links to the official manufacturer stores, ensuring you get the best price and no delivery issues. Thank you friends for watching. Let me know in the comments which drone you like the most. Subscribe to the channel and I'll see you in the next episode.